Palace sees no leadership vacuum. Duterte touts infrastructure projects. Coronavirus cases in the country at 2,549,966. SAF troops on standby for election security. Cloudy skies to prevail over Metro Manila. Philippine stocks up. Good evening. Today is Thursday, September 30, 2021. I am Vernon Velasco and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. Malacanang on Thursday assured the public that government operations will remain functional even if a number of cabinet members are expected to run for an elective post in the 2022 elections. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque made the assurance a day before the filing of candidacy, which will run from October 1 to 8. The PDP laban led by Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi and where President Rodrigo Duterte belongs earlier announced that its Senate bets for the 2022 elections include Roque, Cabinet Secretary Carlo Nograles, Labor Secretary Silvestre Bello III, Transport Secretary Art Tugade, Public Works and Highways Mark Villar, Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Salvador Panelo, Agrarian Reform Secretary John Castriciones, and Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission Chairperson Greco Belgica. Of these names, only Villar made it to winner's circle or top 12 based on the September Pulse Asia poll with a 36.2% rating, ranking 9th to 10th. Meanwhile, President Rodrigo Duterte on Thursday vowed that his administration will continue to work on improving the Filipinos' quality of life amid the COVID-19 pandemic. During the opening of the Bonifacio Global City to Ortigas Center Road Link project in Taguig City, the President noted that they welcome the new infrastructure development at a time that we are gradually recovering from the economic impact of COVID-19 pandemic and safely revitalizing economic activities. Duterte also cited that the new infrastructure will provide substantial and long-lasting benefits to various businesses, motorists, and ordinary Filipinos. The President's term ends on June 30, 2022, but he is not set into retirement since he has earlier announced that he is running for Vice President in the 2022 national elections. Meanwhile, the Department of Health reported 14,286 confirmed coronavirus disease cases on Wednesday to bring the total number of infected in the country to 2,549,966, even as 4 laboratories failed to submit data on time. This brought the active cases to 138,294, and of the total, 77.7% are mild, 15.8% are asymptomatic, 2% are severe, and 0.9% are in critical condition. The number of recoveries, on the other hand, rose to 2,373,378 after 8,268 patients recovered from the deadly disease. The death toll is now at 38,294 with 130 fatalities recorded. Meanwhile, the intensive care unit beds for COVID-19 patients remain at higher risk with 74% of the total 4,400 ICU beds, while 75% of the 1,600 beds in National Capital Region are occupied. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Magpabakuna kayo.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Vaccination, isolation, gotta keep up with my nutrition, gotta maintain my body condition, then I can take my vaccination. What do I choose? What do I take? As long as it is not a fake. AstraZeneca, Moderna, BioNTech, even Sinovac, okay na. Pababakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination nation, no more isolation. With vaccination.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Magpabakuna kayo.
In other news, Philippine National Police Chief Police General Guillermo Elizar on Thursday ordered the Special Action Force to prepare for its possible deployment during the election period. Elizar said he directed SAF Director Police Major General Felipe Natividad to ready his men who may be assigned in areas with political rivalry and history of election-related violent incidents. The Commission on Elections earlier said that the election period will start on January 9, 2022 and end on June 8, 2022. Gun ban is in effect for the entirety of this period, which means bearing, carrying, or transporting of firearms and other deadly weapons unless authorized in writing by the COMELEC is prohibited. The PNP chief also ordered all regional directors to intensify target hardening measures and security adjustments following the 3 attacks on politicians. In other news still, State Weather Bureau Pag-asa announced that partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers will prevail over Metro Manila and the rest of the country due to localized thunderstorms. Pag-asa said that the throw of Typhoon Mindule is still affecting the eastern section of northern Luzon. The weather agency advised affected residents to prepare for possible flash floods or landslides during severe thunderstorms. Meanwhile, moderate to rough wind and coastal water conditions will be experienced in extreme northern Luzon and the eastern section of northern Luzon. Central Luzon and the rest of the northern Luzon and the rest of the country will have light to moderate winds and slight to moderate waters. In business sense, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index ended Thursday up partly on positive United States housing data, but the peso depreciated against the greenback. The main stocks index rose by 18.77 points, or 0.27% to 6,952.88 at the closing bell. The broader all shares also gained during the day after it increased by 28.83 points, or 0.67% to 4,325.84. Regina Capital Development Corporation Head of Sales Luis Limblingan said that investors will continue to pay close attention to Washington headlines about a possible government shutdown. Volume totaled 1.54 billion shares amounting to 9.88 billion pesos, and advancers led decliners at 115 to 78 while 51 shares were unchanged. Meantime, the peso weakened against the US dollar after finishing the trade at 51 flat, compared to its 50.865 finish a day ago. And that wraps up the stories for tonight. Before we go, I would like to thank the SM Store, Araneta City, Department of Tourism and Overseas Community Affairs Council's member Alan Lin of the Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Vernon Velasco and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay home. Good night, and God bless us all.
Mga katribo, handa na ba kayong sumayaw at manalo? Halina't sumali sa Katribo Bakuna Paturok TikTok Challenge handog ng Daily Tribune, Teleradyo Bandido TV at RJFM. Napakadali lang sumali. Step 1. Like at i-follow ang Daily Tribune Facebook page at TikTok account upang maging updated at makasali. Step 2. Bumuo ng isa o grupo na hanggang 3 katao at gumawa ng TikTok video gamit ang opisyal na Paturok Jingle Daily Tribune at RJFM na makukuha sa TikTok account ng Daily Tribune.
Paturok! Pababakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation, no more isolation. With vaccination,
stream. I-post ang inyong video sa Daily Tribune TikTok account at gamitin ang hashtag Katribo Bakuna Paturok. Maaari ring i-mention ang Daily Tribune TikTok account para sa inyong entry. Huwag kalimutang i-like ang official Facebook page ng Daily Tribune. Manood at huwag kalimutang i-share ang programang Gising Na Facebook livestream mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga para alamin ang daily winner. Lahat pwede sumali. Make your move. Lumabas at magpaturok na ng bakuna.
Paturok! Paturok!